Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have three super easy keto dinner recipes to share with you. These are some dinners I had last week. So I have a Mississippi chuck roast, which I think we're all familiar with. So I'll just show you real quickly how I make that. And then also I made a cheeseburger bacon casserole. So I'm going to share that with you. And then probably my favorite recipe of the week was this keto chicken carbonara. So good. Cannot wait for you guys to see that one. So let's get into the video. Okay, so first up, we have the Crock-Pot Mississippi roast. Again, I think we're all familiar with this recipe. I pretty much follow the same recipe as all of them. In my crock-pot here, I am putting a 4-pound chuck roast. I am going to brown all the sides of it in a little bit of oil. I've always heard that just makes it a little bit more tender, so I did that. And then I'm going to sprinkle on some of my homemade dry ranch seasoning mix. I will put a link down below of the recipe that I use for that. And then also I'm using a package of this Au Jus Gravy mix, probably not the most keto friendly. I think it has like 1 or 2 carbs per serving or something like that. And then I'm also putting in 1 stick of butter and some whole pepperoncini peppers. So I'm going to cook this on medium. So it's like, I don't know, whatever the medium is, 204 degrees, I think, for 6 hours. And then when it is all done, I will just shred it all up. And here is my plate for that night. I did have it with a side salad. I love this recipe. It makes for great leftovers. Sometimes I turn it into a salad for leftovers. Really super good. So if you guys have not ever tried the Crock-Pot Mississippi roast, I highly recommend it. Okay, so next up is what has become one of our favorites since I started keto, and that is a low-carb bacon cheeseburger casserole. This is really good. It has probably ingredients that you are already going to have on hand. I already had some bacon cooked up, but if you don't have any cooked up bacon, then you want to go ahead and make sure you cook up some bacon. So on my skillet here, I have some ground beef. I'm just going to cook that up until it is nice and brown. And I might drain a little bit of fat just because with this casserole, you don't want like a whole lot of fat in your meat. So I do drain it if I have too much. And then I'm going to add in some onion and garlic to the skillet with the beef. And I will just cook that until everything is all cooked through. And then to my pan, I'm adding in some cream cheese. I'm using 4 tablespoons of whole fat cream cheese. And then I'm also adding in 2 tablespoons of sugar-free ketchup. I just use the Heinz sugar-free ketchup. And then 1 tablespoon of yellow mustard. And also 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. So I'm going to stir that up really well, and then just stirring it constantly until all combined, so the cream cheese gets all mixed up in there really well. And yes, this is going to taste good. I promise you guys. So now you want to take a baking dish. I'm just using an 11x7 casserole dish that I had sprayed with some cooking spray. And then I'm going to spread that all in my baking dish until it's, nice and even, because I'm like, type A OCD about this stuff. And then I'm going to top that with my already cooked bacon. And then in a bowl, I'm going to crack 4 large eggs and whisk those together with some heavy cream. And then I'm going to stir in some pepper, and then I like to add some Tabasco to that. I just like to have a little bit of hot sauce in there as well. And then you're going to pour that egg mixture over the beef and the bacon. And then you're going to top that with about 8 ounces of cheese. I'm just using grated cheddar cheese. You guys, I promise this is going to turn out really good. I think this will be one of your family favorites. I really do. And then you want to bake this at 350 degrees for 30 minutes until it's all set and nice and golden. And I forgot to show you guys what it looked like when it came out of the oven, but here it is on my plate, and here is the casserole dish after we've all eaten on it. So you guys, this also makes really good leftovers as well. I think I had this for lunch one day during the week as well. So highly recommend this recipe. I will have the original recipe linked down below. Okay, so this last recipe, again, is probably my favorite I had of the week, and it is probably up there with the keto, just like the real thing lasagna, as one of my favorite keto recipes. So this is the chicken carbonara. So you want, in your skillet, you want to cook up your bacon until it's nice and crispy, and then go ahead and take that out of there and set it aside. To that same skillet, we're adding in the chicken. This is going to be a 1 skillet meal, you guys. We're not going to get dirty up a bunch of dishes. So you're going to take your boneless, skinless chicken thighs, fries that you cut up into little pieces, and you're just going to go ahead and put that in the same skillet. Sprinkle that with a little bit of garlic, salt, and pepper. Although I would be easy on the salt in this recipe because the bacon's a little bit salty. So for me, it was just a tad bit salty. So you want to go ahead and cook that chicken until it's all the way cooked through, and then you're going to pull that out of the skillet and set it aside. And then you're going to add some onion and garlic to that same skillet, and you're going to cook that until the onions are translucent and the garlic is all cooked and nice and toasty, and it smells amazing at this point in your house. And then you're going to add in your heavy cream and chicken broth. I just had the heavy cream and chicken broth in one measuring cup here. That's why you don't see them separated. I'm going to whisk that up a little bit, and then I'm going to sprinkle in a half of a teaspoon of xanthan gum. The original recipe did not call for that. I just do it because I'd like to have my sauce a little bit thicker. And so then you're going to whisk that up until the sauce starts to thicken. But the xanthan gum is definitely optional if you don't have it on hand. But I do highly recommend it as a keto ingredient. And then you're also going to add in some Italian herbs and also some grated Parmesan cheese. I will have the recipe typed out below so you guys can see all the measurements for everything. And then next up, you're going to add in some spinach. I'm using about 2 cups of spinach here. I'm just going to stir that until it's wilted. And then you're going to add in your chicken and bacon back to the skillet. And here you go, guys. Doesn't that just look absolutely amazing? I promise it tastes as good as it looks. And I am going to be making this probably at least once or twice a month for sure from now on. So highly recommend this. Check out the description box, you guys. I will have recipes down there below. Also, thank you again so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. If you're not already subscribed, please take time to do so and give this video a thumbs up if you like these types of videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.